Installation is complete. Let's go ahead and test the Android Auto functions on the Lexus CarPlay AndroidAuto system that we just installed. First things first, let's do a quick setting adjustment. Let's go into the setup function here on the screen. I'm sorry, the joystick is a little difficult to use. This is why we're going through this setting configuration. So select setup, scroll down on the setup page, or actually select general first, and scroll all the way down until you find feedback force. There you are, select feedback force. And then make sure it's brought all the way down to the lowest setting possible. So this will make it a lot easier for us to use the joystick, especially in Android Auto Apple CarPlay mode. So that's setting number 1. Now let's go ahead and proceed with connecting our Android phone. Use the USB cable. We have it connecting here to the dedicated Android Auto USB. So that's one end connected there, and the other end will connect to the phone. And as soon as you connect, you'll notice the Android phone will start charging. But for Android phones, you do have to make the switch over to Android Auto mode. So go ahead and press and hold the menu button here for about 3 seconds. And when you press and hold, you'll switch over to our side of the system. Before you do anything else, also, let's go into the setup. Select. And then scroll down, and actually when you're scrolling down, you're not going to push down on the joystick, you're going to push towards the right. So this joystick, I recommend using it to the right and left. Push right and left to navigate on our side of the system. So go ahead and navigate over to touchpad remote lever, and make sure that setting is set for remote lever. If it's set to touchpad, go ahead and select it and make sure remote lever is selected. So that's one thing to do. For Android, since we're in here, let's go ahead and configure these other settings as well. For Android Auto, menu back key for left right switching. I'll explain what that means, but also make sure that's in the on position. And finally, using Cars PT phone, make sure that's in the on position. And when you're making selections, again, I recommend using this enter key on the side here. Enter to select. And again, use the joystick here and push to the right and push to the left. Don't use it to go up and down. It doesn't really work well that way. And don't push down to select and make a selection, because the joystick moves and you choose something else. So again, very important. Push to the right, push to the left to navigate. And to make a selection, press on the enter button right here or on the other side. So now that we've made some configurations here, let's go ahead and go back to the main screen. Press on return or back, and then go ahead and select wire auto. Go ahead and make that selection. And now go to your Android phone, and it's going to ask you a couple questions. So go ahead and go through that setup. Press next, press next. And then once you're done with those initial setup questions, you'll have the Android Auto here on the display. This is for wired Android Auto. Let's see how we can connect wireless. We can also test that function out as well. So go ahead and disconnect the phone. And on some Android phones, it may ask you a question on the Android phone if you want to connect to the Bluetooth, like here. So you'll just press pair, and then you'll wait for the system to connect. So again, it just depends on the phone. It does depend on the device that we're installing, but in this case, it's just as simple as that. So now we have wireless Android Auto. Let's go through some things that we need to test for. Again, to navigate, we've already gone over that part. Here's where we talk about the switching. So Android Auto has this new UI where it's separated into 3 sections. Section number 1, section number 2, and section number 3 for this new split screen view mode. To navigate through these sections, you'll need to make use of the back button and the menu button. The back button will take you over to the right, I believe. And the menu button will take you over to the left. I apologize, let me rephrase that. So the menu is to go to move. So go ahead and press on menu again. So menu is to move over to the left. So press on menu once and you'll move to the sections towards the left. And now press on the back key once and it will move to the sections on the right. So press on back again, now we're here. Press on menu, now we're here. Press on menu again, now we're here. Press on back, now we're here. Press on back, now we're here. So again, these two buttons, menu and back, will allow you to navigate through these sections right here. Go ahead and press on that menu button down there. And once you have that selected, then of course here now you can use the joystick, push over to the right and push to the left to navigate through these different icons. So that's how I recommend using the Android Auto on this car. Again, the joystick on these cars is not the easiest to use. This is the best and most direct way to use the joystick when you are in Android Auto Apple CarPlay mode. So now that we've gone over how to control it, let's go ahead and see. Again, we've talked about how to switch over. Press and hold the menu, press and hold the map, or press and hold the back arrow key to switch back into Lexus mode. Press and hold. And that will switch. Press and hold. And that will switch. So that's how to switch back and forth. Now let's talk about how to play audio through the car speakers. Let's test that. Let's go back into the Lexus side and select aux mode. So aux is selected here, but if it's not automatically in aux mode, you could just go ahead and press on source. And in source, you'll see all of the options available. Every one of these options will continue to work when the Android system is installed, but go to aux, make sure it's left on aux mode in order for you to hear Android Auto music, map instructions, and the Google Assistant through the car speaker. So go ahead and select aux. And then let's go ahead and switch back and let's play some music from our phones. Perfect. And to control the music, you can control the volume with the knob right here, or you can press on the volume knobs, the volume buttons on the steering wheel. So there's two ways to control the volume. To change tracks in this Lexus RX, the only way to change tracks would be from the screen. So make use of the joystick here to make the selection here, next track or previous track. Those would be that would be the only way to change tracks in this Lexus RX with the Android Auto system. Same thing with CarPlay, you'll have to do it from the screen. Now let's go ahead and test the backup camera. Go ahead and put the car in reverse. Let's test it out. You get backup camera on the screen, perfect. Go ahead and put it back into park. We go back into Android Auto, perfect. Let's go ahead and test the Google Assistant function. To enable Google Assistant, press and hold the enter key right here, or just simply navigate to the icon on the menu bar right there. Hey Google, take us to the nearest gas station. I'm sorry, I think we canceled out of it. Let's try it again. Hey Google, take us to the nearest gas station.
Alright, best for less 76 Tustin. Let's go.
So again, as a reminder, to activate the Google Assistant, press and hold this enter button right here. Press and hold until the Google Assistant icon appears on the screen. Let's go ahead and test out phone calls. For phone calls, make sure that your phone is connected to the Lexus Bluetooth. all calls will still need to go through the original Lexus Bluetooth in order to ensure the best call quality. So to make a call, use the Google Assistant to make that call for you. So go ahead and press and hold the enter key to activate Google Assistant. Hey Google, call 714-657-2061.
Calling 714-657-2061.
And that will call here my phone, so I'll go ahead and answer. Hello?
Hello?
And then to receive a call, that went through the Bluetooth. And to receive a call, you want to press on the answer key here on the steering wheel. So let me go ahead and call back. Go ahead and answer. Hello?
Hello?
Perfect. So make sure you test calls. Again, make sure that your phone is connected to the original Bluetooth for those calls. Finally, let's go ahead and I think we've gone over everything. Let's go ahead and disconnect from the AndroidAuto so we can deliver this car back to the customer. So give me 1 second here. Okay, so let's go into the menu icon, the menu of the AndroidAuto. Go ahead and select GP Link. And then go ahead and select CarPlay. And press on BT Reset. That will have the system forget about all wireless connections to the system. So go ahead and confirm the selection. And then go to your phone as well and go to your settings. And then look for AndroidAuto and go to previously connected cars. And then you can do forget all cars or just forget about the GP Link option right there. It's your choice. So now your phone has forgotten about the AndroidAuto and the AndroidAuto has forgotten about your phone. Now you can also go back into the Lexus side of the system and also delete your phone from the car's Bluetooth list. And now you're ready to deliver the car back to the customer.